Some women wake up one day and realize they never wanted children, and they're not broken. But the world doesn't know what to do with that truth. Because from the moment a girl is born, there's a silent script written for her. Grow up, find love, have children, become a mother. And if she doesn't follow it, people don't just question her choice, they question her humanity. They call her selfish, cold, incomplete, as if motherhood is the final test of womanhood, and saying no is a failure. But here's the part no one talks about. The fear is not hers, it's society's. Because when a woman chooses not to have children, she challenges a belief older than history itself, and that scares people. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why some women choose to never become mothers, and why society is terrified of them. For thousands of years, a woman's identity was tied to one role, mother, not because she chose it, but because society decided it for her. In ancient villages, kingdoms, and even modern households, a woman's value was measured by the children she raised. A daughter was a future mother. A wife was expected to become one. And a woman without children was seen as unfinished, like a story without an ending. This idea didn't just shape cultures, it shaped language, religion, tradition, and family expectations. Motherhood wasn't treated as a life stage. It was treated as the entire definition of womanhood itself. So when a woman today says, "I don't want children," she isn't just rejecting motherhood. She is stepping outside a script that has been followed for centuries. And breaking old scripts always makes people uncomfortable. The moment a woman realizes she doesn't want children, something powerful happens inside her. It begins quietly, usually with a feeling rather than a sentence. A sense that motherhood doesn't call to her, not because she is afraid, not because she is damaged, but because her fulfillment comes from something else. Yet even when she knows this, another feeling rises right behind it, guilt. Not guilt for her decision, but guilt for how others will react to it. She asks herself, will my family understand? Will people think I'm selfish? Will I regret this? This internal conflict can last years, because she is not only making a choice, she is confronting the expectations of everyone around her. And before the world ever judges her, she has already judged herself. Here's something surprising. When a woman says she doesn't want children, the strongest reactions often don't come from men. They come from other women. At first, it seems confusing. Shouldn't women understand each other best? But this reaction is rooted in something deeper than personal opinion. It comes from evolution. For most of human history, the survival of a tribe depended on women having children. More children meant more workers, more protection, more chances for the group to continue. So motherhood became not just a personal role, but a duty to the community. Even today, this instinct lingers in the background. When one woman steps outside the role, it can subconsciously feel like a threat to the shared identity. It disrupts the silent agreement of, "This is what we do." Some women respond with curiosity. Others respond with judgment, not because they're cruel, but because her choice forces them to question their own. And questioning something as big as motherhood, that's not just emotional, it's existential. If conversations like this make you think in ways you're not used to, consider subscribing. We talk about the topics most people avoid, but everyone feels. Once a woman says she doesn't want children, the labels appear almost instantly. Selfish, immature, you'll be lonely later. These words are not just insults. They are defensive reactions from a society that is deeply attached to one version of womanhood. Calling her selfish suggests that motherhood is a sacrifice every woman should make. So when she refuses, It challenges the idea that suffering, exhaustion, and self-erasure are necessary parts of being a good woman. Calling her immature implies that adulthood is defined by responsibility. But responsibility can take many forms that have nothing to do with parenting. And the warning of, "You'll be lonely," comes from fear, not fact. It reflects the belief that love only comes through children, as if friendship, purpose, partnership, and legacy are not also real forms of connection. These stereotypes exist because her choice threatens something fragile, the belief that there is only one correct way to live a meaningful life. When one woman steps outside the expected path, she shows everyone else that there are other paths, and that realization is powerful and frightening. Women who choose not to have children are often misunderstood, but their decision can come from a place of clarity, not avoidance. First, there is independence, not the kind that rejects responsibility, but the kind that understands personal limits, emotional bandwidth, and the life they truly want to build. They take ownership of their time, their energy, and their future. Then, there is career clarity. With fewer expected detours, they often pour themselves into work, passions, creativity, purpose-driven projects, or service. This doesn't make them more successful than mothers, but it does mean their fulfillment comes from self-directed growth, not from raising a family. Most importantly, they have emotional sovereignty. They do not make life decisions because everyone else is doing it. Their happiness is not dependent on checking society's boxes. They choose what aligns with who they are, not who they're expected to be. And none of this makes them superior, just different. Their lives are shaped by intention rather than tradition, by choice rather than pressure, by self-knowledge rather than assumption. For them, the meaning of life isn't found in motherhood. It's found in living a life that feels authentically theirs. Here is the truth almost no one says out loud. Society is not afraid that a woman might regret not having children. Society is afraid that she won't. Because if a woman can live a full, meaningful, emotionally rich life without becoming a mother, then the old life script, grow up, marry, have kids, repeat, is no longer the only path. Her choice shines a light on something uncomfortable. Not everyone becomes a parent out of love or desire. Some do it because they were told they must, because they never paused long enough to ask themselves what they really wanted. So when a woman says no, she becomes a mirror, and in that mirror, others see their own unasked questions. Did I choose this life, or did it choose me? What dreams did I give up to follow the script? If I had known I had a choice, would I have made the same one? This is why her freedom is perceived as a threat. Choice means control. Control means identity. Identity means power. And power that comes from within, not from tradition, expectation, or fear, is the one power society has never been comfortable with. Women who choose not to have children do not break the system. They simply prove that the system is optional. We are living in a time where identity is no longer something inherited. It is something chosen. Being a woman no longer automatically means motherhood. It can mean building a company, creating art, healing others, traveling the world, protecting the planet, teaching, leading, inventing, guiding, loving in endless forms. Because love is not limited to raising children. Nurturing can look like mentoring. Legacy can look like impact. Family can look like the people you choose, not just the ones you create biologically. The world is expanding, and so are the ways women define their lives. Motherhood is one path, and a meaningful one, but it is no longer the only one. And when a woman chooses a different future, she is not rejecting love or connection or purpose. She is simply choosing the kind of life where her heart feels the most alive. The future of identity is freedom, the freedom to choose who you become, and the courage to stand by that choice. We've seen how a woman's choice not to have children isn't a rejection of life, but a declaration of self-awareness. It takes strength to step outside a story the world insists is the only ending. And whether you agree with this path or not, understanding it matters, because it teaches all of us something about choice, identity, and the quiet courage of listening to our own truth. If conversations like this matter to you, subscribe. Here, we talk about the things most people avoid, but everyone feels. And I'd like to hear from you. Have you ever felt pressured to follow a life script that never fit you? Share your story below. Someone who reads it may finally feel less alone. Life is not one path. Choosing your own is a rare kind of freedom.